Hello, everyone, and welcome in. It's Aaron St. Dennis at the FF Mad Scientist. Got Jesse Moeller with me at JMoeller05. We are here for NFL Week 14 Fantasy Football NFC Home Game Previews. How's it going, Jesse?
It is going good. Living on the glory of our Zeke turning back the clock 6 years and posting
Love
an
it.
RB1 performance. What a time to be alive. Let me tell you
Love it.
what.
I had him everywhere, anywhere where I needed a running back. And like I said, I'm at the point where I've blown most of my fab in most leagues. He didn't even get claimed on waivers. Like I got lazy.
Nope.
I'm in like 71 leagues. With the exception of one or two leagues, I don't even do waiver claims anymore on Tuesday nights. I go through Wednesday on my lunch and I go, need this, need this, need this. He was still available in all the leagues. I think I seen him claimed once. So
Yeah.
nobody wanted him. I'll take him. I
After our
got him
show, I
everywhere.
picked him up in the league too. Yeah, like that's literally what I did. I checked the waiver. I was like, oh shit, he's on the waivers. Let's throw him in the lineup. Yeah, he was like, all right, cool, this works.
I wish I had known that what was it? Devonta Parker was out. Demario Douglas was out. I wish I had known everyone was out. I was at work when I found out. Otherwise, I probably would have put Hunter Henry in a few of my lineups, but I didn't. So
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
fun.
before we start the game previews, let's start with a game recap for last night. Excuse me, I meant to mute that, but I'm bringing up the tab, so the mute button did not work. All right, what a great game this one is. Patriots 21, Steelers 18. Steelers fall to 7-6, losing to back-to-back 2-10 teams. The Patriots now 3-10. Somehow we got two pretty solid fantasy performances here from these two shit sacks. Bailey
Yeah.
Zappi goes 240, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Mitch Trubisky 190 and 1 touchdown. He did add in a rushing touchdown, which made him useful. 8 carries for 30 yards. He was probably the best running back on Pittsburgh. He was. And moving on to that, Zeke 22 carries, 68 yards, 7 receptions for 72 yards, and a receiving touchdown. So a lot of his production was in the receiving game. Didn't do much on the ground. Jalen Warren, 7 carries, 11 yards, 4 for 29 through the air. Najee Harris, 12 for 29 on the ground, 3 for 19 through the air. So Mitch Trubisky had about the same amount of rushing yards as Warren and Harris combined. And yeah, there's that. Great. The receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster was the guy who stepped up for the Patriots, and no one started him. 4 for 90. Tyquan Thornton had 3 for 17. On the Steelers side, we had Deontay, goes 3 for 57 and was saved by a touchdown. 3 catches on 7 targets. That's lovely. George Pickens, five catches, but only 19 yards. That's awesome. Allen Robinson, 1 for 21. Calvin Austin, 1 carry for 12 yards and a fumble. So it was ugly there. The tight ends. Hunter Henry was the best tight end in this game, and that's just how we all drew it up. 3 for 40, but salvaged his day with 2 touchdowns. Pat Fryermuth goes 3. Another guy with a terrible catch percentage. 3 for 7 from Deontay, 3 for 7 here from Fryermuth. Tells you how inaccurate Trubisky was. And actually wasn't too bad. 22 for 35. It's not great, but it's what's that? About it's not 50%. It's not great. It's like 60%, but it's not
Yeah, it's
great.
enough.
Yeah, it's enough. But so they weren't catching anything they threw to him. 3 for 18 for Fryermuth. 2-point conversion is the only reason he wasn't completely useless. Kickers I don't have on this one. I'll have to switch over. Both defenses were good, but not great. They gave you in the neighborhood of 10.5 points. What is your takeaway from this lovely showdown? That was actually kind of more entertaining than I would have expected for these two games or two
Yeah,
teams.
they basically they hit the over in like the first half, which was wild to think about pretty much.
Zeke
So we're
cashed
like,
in the
oh,
over on his first drive.
yeah, he had the touchdown. But I mean, with Trubisky, he's just a bad quarterback, and why his completion percentage is so good is because George Pickens had 5 catches on 6 targets for 19 yards. And if you look at his basically how they deployed him, it was everything along the line of scrimmage. Like they were using him as a gadget player. It was weird. I don't I don't think the coordinator either he hates Trubisky, which could entirely be possible. Trubisky's not good, or they just didn't know how to use Pickens in this game because it was the weirdest deployment of Pickens' skill set, who's good downfield. And they did the exact opposite of that. But yeah, it's literally Zeke. He had 30 opportunities of 32 total opportunities in that backfield. Like, that's insane. There's no one else to trust. So, like, if you have Zeke, you're going to be starting him moving forward. Obviously, he got there with the receptions, which, I mean, the limited skill position players, it's probably going to continue because Juju was back. He looked healthy, but outside of that, man, like, there's nobody else.
Ramondre's out for what, 3 weeks? 2 more weeks?
He's got that. It's like an ankle sprain, so I don't know. I don't know when he's coming back. So, like,
Who would have thought
at
that
some
Zeke Elliott was this playoff year league winner? Good God.
it's wild. It is
That's where
absolutely
we
wild.
are.
Yeah, it's
So,
just
yeah.
it's nice. But man, some of these guys it's rough. The offense in general for Pittsburgh, 18 points, like they can't score again. It's just it is
Aside
what it
from
is.
Zeke, I don't think I really want to trust anyone. I guess it goes to show you that these backup quarterbacks can be desperation streamable. The
Mhm.
running backs on Pittsburgh, I want nothing to do with. I'm not taking any Patriots receiver. I prefer to avoid any Steelers receiver. The tight ends are kind of downgraded here to Fryermuth is a low end one. I think Henry's a desperate. Like, I don't really want anything to do with anybody in this game except for the DSTs moving forward and Zeke. Like, it's pretty ugly.
Yeah, and I mean Trubisky's gonna be the quarterback for a while till the starting quarterback comes back. So like both these quarterbacks should be starting for the foreseeable future. So it could be ugly. Could be very ugly.